Here.
Lauren Hughes. Here. Justin Keenan.
Here.
Thomas LaPera.
Here. Can I have a motion to approve the previous minutes?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Executive session announcement. We had an executive session tonight on personnel and litigation and real estate. Vice President, any announcements?
Any announcements? Well, I would like to say happy birthday to Tiffany. Today is her birthday. Appreciate it. And right now, it's the only announcement I have.
Council, any other announcements? Seeing none, move into public comments. Madam Secretary.
Jim Waters. Hey, what are you doing?
This is really looking good, seriously. I'm the cheerful gadfly. You're new, right?
Yes, sir.
Nice to meet you. Don't call me sir, I work. Anyhow, place looks great. Haven't been here because there were 3 floods in 3 weeks. But what I'd like to report is my attendance, or should I say the PUC hearing for my formal complaint about the water rate increase. I'm sorry, Tom, I forgot to mention you're upset about not having water when there's a leak and they don't tell you. Some other people commented about that. I'll make a separate complaint to them, not a formal complaint. But what I presented to them, as I spoke to, I think the last time, was the foul state of Pennsylvania waterways. Okay, and this is 50 years old that the DEP has sent a report to the federal government that our streams are the foulest in the state. Report finds Philadelphia regions are among the most polluted. Okay, what I'm saying is the water company is basically charging us to remove the pollution because the Constitution claims that we have a right to clean air, pure water. Now, I have more stuff, but I know we have to keep it to 3 minutes. Back in the summer of 1994, the group that I was involved with, the Greater Port Indian Association, the president, Bart Levy, found out that because of the coal destruction, that our reservoir, which is behind the Norristown Dam, had to be soundings because when it became 50% full of silt, they had to dredge it for water quality. So I made them all aware of it, and also I gave them the chart that we did to prove where the flooding was coming from. And page 2 is explaining exactly how we did it. Now, there's a lot of stuff that went down that we really hurt. You know, they come in with the Schuylkill navigation. Philadelphia was the number seaport. They build the dam in 1812. Norristown comes into existence in 1812. We just had the worst flood in the history of the Schuylkill River. Why? Because the Department of Environmental Protection didn't do their job? Or the federal, I love this. This is really great. This is almost like the Valley Forge Music Fair. But that was only dance around and music. Look, guys, that's kind of it for today, other than the fact that I believe there was constitutional violation in the water company believing they have no jurisdiction to stop the pollution. Now, I've gone to the PUC 3 times in a row, and like when the judge said, thank you, Mr. Waters, I said, I'll see you the next time. Now I got to go to talk to Wes Martin. This is really great. I love all you guys. We're suffering from the sins of the predecessors. And I'll say that over and over again. All right. I'll be back.
John Hewitt, 307 West Robert Street. First time here, general question. What is being done about the homelessness and the drug problem? Just general question on the record.
It's a public comment, you know, can't answer any questions, but I will direct you to
Thank you. Thank you. That's it, thank you.
Apologize. For anyone, Spanish-speaking citizens or anybody, we have Ms. Sanchez back there. We have the device where you can listen in real time. If you need to talk to Ms. Sanchez, they get a device to translate for you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
We'll move into appointments. Resolution number 24-15, request for council to approve appointment to boards and committees and commissions.
Thank you, Mr. President. Council, you have before you Resolution 24-15 for the appointment of Mr. Richard Buck Jones to the Municipal Waste Authority with a term expiring December 31st, 2028.
Council, any questions? Seeing none, do I have a motion to approve Resolution 24-15?
So moved. Second.
Madam Secretary.
Rebecca Smith.
Aye.
Rashaad Bates. I'm sorry. Tiffany Henley. Yes. William McCoy. Lauren Hughes. Leslie Freeman.
Aye.
Thomas O'Carroll.
Aye, the ayes have it, resolution passes. Moving on to Resolution 24-13, request for council to approve the promotions of Officer Joey, I should have got, thank you, to the rank of Police Corporal and Corporal Edward Rambo to the rank of Police Sergeant and administrate the oath of office. Floor is yours.
So, Municipal Council, I want to share with you briefly that Officer Biancamano is a 15-year veteran with the Norristown Police Department. He's worked in various, thank you, he's worked in various positions in the department, such as patrol as well as a community relations officer. And I can certainly tell you that with his promotion to the rank of corporal, he's going to be the commanding officer of our newly improved community relations unit. Also, with Corporal Rambo's promotion to the rank of sergeant, Corporal Rambo is a 28-year veteran with the Norristown Police Department. He has worked in patrol as well as parking enforcement, and I'm told that he is an exceptional officer in charge on the midnight to 8 shift, where he will remain as a sergeant on that shift.
Thank you. Council, any questions? With that, do I have a motion to approve Resolution 24-13?
So moved.
Second.
Madam Secretary.
Rebecca Smith.
Aye.
Tiffany Henley.
Aye.
William McCoy. Lauren Hughes.
Aye.
Leslie Freeman.
Aye.
Thomas O'Carroll.
Aye, the ayes have it, resolution passes. With that, you want to administer the oath?
Oh.
Good evening, everybody. It's my honor to swear in our two officers this evening. Do one at a time. Officer, you can place your left hand on the Bible and reach your right hand. You ready to take the oath?
Yes, sir.
I state your name.
I, Officer Joey Biancamano,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the Charter of the Municipality of Norristown,
the Charter of the Municipality of Norristown,
and that I will enforce the laws of this Commonwealth and the ordinance of Norristown,
and I will enforce the laws of this Commonwealth and the ordinances of Norristown,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office as police corporal
and I will discharge the duties of my office as Police Corporal
for the Municipality of Norristown
for the Municipality of Norristown
with honor and fidelity.
with honor and fidelity.
I do further swear
I do further swear
that I will uphold, obey, and enforce the law
that I will uphold, obey, and enforce the law
without consideration to a person's race,
without consideration to a person's race,
color,
color,
sex,
sex,
religious creed,
religious creed,
sexual orientation,
sexual orientation,
age,
age,
national origin,
national origin,
ancestry,
ancestry,
handicap, or
handicap,
disability.
or disability.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you, brother.
Thank you very much.
Officer, are you ready to take the oath?
Oh, yeah.
I state your name.
I, Edward Randall,
Solemnly swear or affirm
solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the Charter of the Municipality of Norristown,
the Charter of the Municipality of Norristown,
that I will enforce the laws of this Commonwealth
and that I will enforce the laws of this Commonwealth
and the ordinances of Norristown,
and the ordinance of Norristown,
that I will discharge the duties of my office
and I will discharge the duties of my office
as a police sergeant for the Municipality of Norristown
as a police sergeant for the Municipality of Norristown
with honor and fidelity.
with honor and fidelity.
I do further swear or affirm
I do further swear or affirm
that I will uphold, obey, and enforce the law
that I will uphold, obey, and enforce the law
without consideration to a person's race,
without consideration for a person's race,
color,
color,
sex,
sex,
religious creed,
religious creed,
sexual orientation,
sexual orientation,
age,
age,
national origin,
national origin,
ancestry,
ancestry,
handicap,
handicap,
or disability.
or disability.
Congratulations.
I'll give a moment for the officers and their families to exit unless they really want to stay and hear about what we got going on here, but to get your photo ops and all that good stuff. Okay. With that, we'll move on to police. Resolution number 23-78, request for council to approve the updated fee schedule for parking enforcement. Chief?
Additional information, we have Lieutenant Dumas here to provide you with additional information about this resolution and the subsequent resolution.
Hello, Lieutenant Dumas. All right, back in October, we changed our vendor to UpSafety, and with that, the intention was to also change the way in which we process our parking tickets. Instead of going the traditional route where we send our tickets to the district court and it clogs up the court and man hours and all that, we would now send our parking citations after a certain amount of days, and in this case, we're suggesting 61 days. It would go to a collection agency who would then work on trying to recoup the tickets, and by doing so, there's a number of benefits. Particularly, we would say it decriminalizes the parking ticket. The parking ticket is a violation, not so much a crime, so it keeps it out of the court system, which is already tied up. It reduces personnel hours. We wouldn't have to send officers to sit in court and deal with 40, 50 tickets. Secondly, by not sending those officers to court, we would now have more enforcement on the street, keeping our roadways and thoroughways clear. It reduces the total cost for the parking ticket. So the irony to a parking ticket is we'll charge $30, say, for a parking violation. If it does eventually go to court, it turns into a state citation where the municipality would only receive half of that violation, so it would be $12.50, plus there would be an increase in fee, so the violator would have to pay more, and we would receive less. So who really makes out is the state instead of the municipality in the end. So the parking, even if it went to collections and it went through all the stages that we're suggesting in the fee schedule, a typical parking ticket would be about $65, which is about $40, $50 less than what it would be if it went to the court system. And the municipality would retain the entire amount if collected. And then there's a projected revenue increase of about 13% by moving to a collections agency and following this type of fee schedule. The collection agency is certified. They act professionally. They follow all the guidelines that a collection agency needs to follow, and they will also adhere to any type of further direction that we provide them. If you guys have any questions. So with the system that we have now, there's two types of dispute processes. The first one is just an appeal, and at this time, I happen to be managing the parking system because our parking officer is on leave. But what would happen is he or she would go online, and they can file a dispute right online, which then sends an email to whoever's monitoring the disputes, and they can read and determine if the dispute is valid or invalid. Right. They can also come into the station and fill out a form and say, hey, can you please review this parking citation? If they don't like the results of the dispute online, they can request within 30 days of the issue date of the citation that it does go to district court, that they want to have a day in court because they're still entitled to that if they so choose. And then we would activate that citation, that one citation to go to district court, which would be few and far between, and the number of citations that are written that would reduce the amount probably 95, 99%.
Okay. So we'll go through our police station first, then if they stay on top of it, then we'll go to the court later on.
Correct, because there's a number of reasons on why a citation might have been issued in error, or there might be circumstances that warrant a warning for the violation.
And I hear what you're saying, talk about time and everything. And I'm not even going to look at the revenue because then people will accuse us of maybe trying to profit off our own citizens. But I'm thinking about what the population might say, that we're taking out of the court system, the judge is not going to be able to dismiss tickets and things of that nature. Do you really want to handle that as a police station? Because this is something totally new that you're going to be dealing
It's
with.
a third party handling it, the collections.
Yeah, but
That's
it's
all it
still-
is, right? The
they're-
collections, then the only thing that you're handling is the appeal process, right?
Correct.
So then if the appeal process, if they don't like the outcome of the appeal process that's done by the police station, then it goes to district court. It's already saving them time because right
but
now
I'm-
the process is that he's got to sit in court.
Yeah, but the
We
thing about
do,
it.
actually, and we currently have an appeal process
Right.
now where someone can come to us before. So that part's not really changing. We're providing more access to the violator where they can now also do it online. They don't even have to come into the police station. In the past, they had to come in and fill out a form or come and pick the form up and mail it in. It was a long process. Now, they can actually just go right online, say, hey, you know, it was a mistake, whatever, and it's decided much quicker.
Okay, so how much time is this adding on to the current process?
So currently, there's a 30-day window at which the ticket is sent, because in Pennsylvania, you have 30 days for a summary violation to be entered into court, so it has to be 30 days.
Right.
We are, before it gets to collections, and we can change this number if you feel like we need it longer or shorter, but 60 days is what is being proposed as the amount of time that we provide before we send it to a third party.
Now, are we currently sending our stuff to the court, or did we stop that prior to this going into effect?
Currently, we're sending to the court.
Okay, because I talked to a judge and she asked me where the tickets were going, because she didn't see some for like 2 months.
So with the new, so when we transferred to UpSafety, the goal was that we did all these three things together because of some technical issues. We were unable to do all three processes at the same time. It was approved in October to do the change in vendor, but for these two parts of it, we had to wait. So that delayed. And to switch vendors in Pennsylvania, it's a 5-month process.
Okay, so they still, like, once clear, they still have the right to go to a court for a
Absolutely.
judgment.
It's a constitutional right to, anything that you get fined by the municipality, you can take to
Okay.
district court as an appeal.
Right.
Council. Seeing none, do I have a motion to approve Resolution 23-78?
Second.
Madam Secretary.
Rebecca Smith.
Aye.
Tiffany Henley. Aye. William McCoy. Lauren Hughes.
Aye.
Dustin Keenan.
Aye.
Thomas DeFerro.
Aye. The ayes have it, resolution passes. Thank you, Lieutenant. Resolution 24-12, request for council to approve the collection service agreement with UpSafety, Inc. I believe we just went through that as well, correct? Any questions on that? Seeing none, do I have a motion to approve Resolution 24-12?
Second.
Madam Secretary.
Rebecca Smith.
Aye.
Tiffany Henley. Aye. William McCoy. Lauren Hughes. Aye. Dustin Keenan.
Aye.
Thomas DeFerro.
Aye, the ayes have it, resolution passes. Thank you, Chief. Moving on to Buildings and Code Compliance, Historical Architectural Review Board of January 2024. Mr. Singh.
Thank you, Mr. President. Council, as you are aware, applications are received on a monthly basis for exterior repairs, alterations, demolitions, and renovations for properties that are located in Norristown's historic districts. Those applications are reviewed by the HARB members to confirm that the repair, alteration, demolition, or renovation work is in compliance with our municipal ordinance. The HARB met last month and reviewed 2 applications and have requested that they be approved either as submitted or modified as mentioned on the COA. The 2 addresses are 507 George Street and 1213 DeKalb Street.
Council, any questions? Seeing none, do I have a motion to approve the HARB Board of January 2024?
So moved.
Second.
Madam Secretary.
Rebecca Smith.
Aye.
Tiffany Henley. Aye. William McCoy. Lauren Hughes. Aye. Dustin Keenan.
Aye.
Thomas DeFerro.
Aye, the ayes have it, motion passes.
Thank you, Council.
Thank you, Mr. Singh. Moving on to Finance, Resolution 24-14, Public Purchase of Bulk Electricity.
Good evening, Council. Tonight, I'd like to request authorization for Resolution 2414 to enter into a purchase contract for electricity. For the past few months, we have been working with APPI Energy, which is a division of Environ, to solicit bids for an energy supplier. APPI has been managing the PA State Association of Boroughs Energy Program for over a decade with 197 members. In 2019, they assisted us with our current contract that expires in June. We started this process probably in November. We started talking to them, and in December 8th was the first run to go out and solicit bids, and that's when we started narrowing down the suppliers for the lowest pricing. Today's prices, these are the 3 lowest bids that came in. WGL Energy is the lowest bid. We're looking at the 24 to 36 months, so they have 6, that's 0.06, 6 cents, and 6.2 cents for 24 and 36 months. They were the lowest two. Let's see. Our current contract was implemented in September 2019, and we're currently paying 4 cents, 4.074 cents. That's just, we have 17 accounts, about 1.3 million kilowatt hours. They're recommending, APPI is recommending WGL for 3 years at a fixed rate for 6.23 cents. They feel that the 3-year deal is the best to provide stability. He also provided a chart. Let me go forward to the chart. This shows the chart. The blue is the prior history of prices. Now this is gas, which feeds into the energy prices, natural gas. And the orange line are the futures. So he's expecting a gradually increase over time. So that's why he's recommending lock in now at the 3-year rate. The next steps are, if you approve this contract, we have until 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon to lock in the rates that were given to us today. And tomorrow we'll be going through the contract, getting Patrick involved, and doing all the paperwork. Any questions?
I have one. Thank you. With I know it's 2 cents per kilowatt hour, but we use a lot of energy. Do you have a projection on what the difference in cost between what we're spending now and what we will be spending is going to be for the budget?
No. I didn't calculate that today. We're waiting for the last minute things, but I can email that to you. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing none, do I have a motion to approve Resolution 24-14?
So moved.
Second. Madam Secretary.
Rebecca Smith?
Aye.
Tiffany Bowman? Aye. Lauren Hughes? Aye. Justin Freeman?
Aye.
Thomas Sarah?
Aye. The ayes have it. Resolution passes. Thank you, Ms. Pfister. Moving on, Mr. Jones, motion for council to approve live streaming of council meetings scheduled for the first Tuesday of every month.
Thank you, Mr. President. Council, as we were discussing the renovation of City Hall, one of the questions I got was whether or not we would be able to live stream once we do that. Yes, we will. And so my history has shown that the best thing to do is to have council actually make a motion and approve that, because my history has also shown that at least for a short time, your meetings will probably get longer because folks will show up to see themselves live streamed. And you'll probably have more people, and a little bit as frequent flyers do that. And I don't want it to be that some city manager did this to us. So I always ask my councils, vote so that we can do it. And that's what this motion is about.
Council, any questions? Councilwoman Smith.
I have a general clarification question because I'm sure I will be asked. Do people who choose to attend the meeting via live stream, will they be able to make public comment?
That's up to you, but I will share that that's not what we're recommending. I wouldn't recommend you do it.
Attend and watch.
Yeah, just watch, and you have other options for folks to submit comments to be read into the record at the meeting. I'll just give you the example of when we were caught in COVID, and our first COVID meeting got hacked, and there was a sex act during the meeting. So
Remember that.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Remember
Very
that.
explicit.
Yes.
Yes.
Council, any other questions? Seeing none, do I have a motion to approve council to live stream our council meeting scheduled for the first Tuesday of every month?
Second.
Madam Secretary.
Rebecca Smith.
Aye.
Tiffany Hamlin.
Aye.
William McCoy. Lauren Hughes. Dustin Queenan.
Aye.
Thomas Terry.
Aye. The ayes have it, motion passes. Moving on, resolution number 24-16, request for council to approve payment of $135,000 to Cedar Electric for the closeout labor costs related to Municipal Hall renovation.
Thank you, Mr. President. Council resolution is a request, Resolution 2416 is a request for council to approve the payment to Cedar Electric, and this will be the final payment to Cedar Electric for work that they did related to City Hall renovation. As I shared with you, they did complete the work due to a number of reasons that they had some extended hours. Those reasons had nothing to do with the municipality as it did with just the process that the primary contractor took them through. And so we're recommending that council approve payment of that $135,000.
Council, any questions? Seeing none, do I have a motion to approve resolution 24-16?
So move.
Second.
Madam Secretary.
Rebecca Smith.
Aye.
Tiffany Hamlin.
Aye.
William McCoy. Lauren Hughes. Dustin
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it. Resolution passes. Request for council to approve the allocation of $1.3 million in ARPA funding to the final phase of the Sawmill Culvert repair project and initiating the bid process for the repairs. Mr. Jones.
Thank you, Mr. President. Council, we will, if approved, we'll come back with the resolution once we actually take it out to bid. But this is a request of council. As you know, we have ARPA funds that have been allocated for various projects, and this is in line with council's primary directive that infrastructure issues be dealt with and capital equipment issues be dealt with as a priority. As you know, council, the municipality has been under litigation for some time for private property that the culvert runs under. And for some reason, when the Corps of Engineers built this decades ago, past councils allowed, and past ordinances, I guess I'll say that, allowed the building of structures over the culvert. And it's been determined by the Corps, even though these are on private property, that the municipality is responsible for both maintaining and repairing the damage. We, as you know, at the last, I think it was the last council meeting, we're made aware for a grant application that municipality applied for. We got awarded $375,000 toward repair that. We had received grants totaling about $1 million for the previous two phases of repair with grants that pay for that. We have the money in our ARPA funds and talked with the finance director. And to close this item out and really get it off the table, we're recommending that council allocate funding for this infrastructure issue, which is, should there be an issue with the collapse, it would not only be catastrophic for this community, but for neighboring communities as well. We're asking that council appropriate $1.3 million to the project to add to the $375,000 already allocated from the grant to cover the estimated cost of $338. This is a conservative estimate from our engineer, as they always are. There might be a need to come back again, because you know how construction is. But this is the updated estimate, and that would allow us to close this chapter and make sure that, you know, residents in the community isn't at risk any longer from this issue.
Council, any questions? This is about 6 years going now, right?
Yes.
Maybe more. Is this the final phase that needs to be repaired?
Yes, I mean, there will always be some maintenance issues that we're doing, but as far as the private property that we are aware of, this is it.
Great. Seeing no other questions, do I have a motion to approve the allocation of 1.3 in ARPA funding?
So moved. Second.
Madam Secretary.
Rebecca Smith.
Aye.
Tiffany Henley. Aye. William McCoy.
Aye.
Lauren Hughes. Aye. Dustin Queenan.
Aye.
Thomas O'Hara.
Aye, the ayes have it. Motion passes. Thank you. Moving on to Public Works, Resolution 24-11, award letter to Pine Run Construction Corp.
Good evening, Council. Resolution number 24-11 is for the Council to approve an award letter to Pine Run Construction for the removal of underground storage tank that we presently have in front of the Paul Walsh Garage. And just to give a little bit history of this project, this has actually been an issue that the municipality has been dealing with DEP. We stopped using this. These underground storage tanks were being used for in-house fuel supply to municipal vehicles. But we stopped using it since 2017 because we found that it was probably more cost-effective to be buying the gas from filling stations. But it's required that since, even though we abandoned it, we need to remove it according to the requirements of DEP. Even though that there's no gas there, but I have to give a report every year to DEP concerning it. And right now, there's so much pressure to remove it. So the purpose of this is to actually remove this tank. So we went for bid, according to city ordinance, and the low bidder was Pine Run Construction. So we're asking the council to approve an award letter to be given to this company.
Motion to approve Resolution 24-11.
So move.
Madam Secretary.
Rebecca Smith.
Aye.
Tiffany Henley. Aye. William McCoy. Aye. Lauren Hughes. Aye. Dustin Queenan.
Aye.
Thomas O'Hara.
Aye, the ayes have it. Resolution passes. Moving on, motion of council to extend Mascaro's contract for residential recycle and municipal solid waste for another 2 years.
Yes, this is, in 2020, we actually went for bid for solid waste and recycle collection in the community. And the Mascaro became the low bidder. We gave Mascaro a 3-year contract with option of extending it for another 2 years. And so this is the 3-year will expire by the 31st of March this year. So Mascaro has done a relatively good job for the 3 years. So we are recommending that the council takes the option of extending the remaining 2 years so that Mascaro will continue to pick solid waste in Norristown.
Council, any questions? I will just say, when I first came on council, this is one of the biggest issues, and I think it's drastically gone down for way less complaints throughout the community, and issues that do pop up, they've been a lot more responsive to, so I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments? Seeing none, do I have a motion to approve the extension of Mascaro's contract for 24 and 25?
So move.
Madam Secretary.
Rebecca Smith.
Aye.
Tiffany Henry. Aye. William McCoy. Lauren Hughes. Aye. Justin Freeman.
Aye.
Thomas O'Hara.
Aye. The ayes have it. Motion passes. Do I have, thank
Thank you for
you.
your hard work. I know you do.
With that, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second? All in favor? Aye. The ayes have it. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.